Are you a salon spa owner and are you like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. I'm not working in my spa right now and I don't know what to do? I'm gonna tell you what to do. You need to make a financial plan of action. You need to do it right now. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna tell you exactly the steps you need to take, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Sybil. I'm the other half of Skin Professional. We are a podcast show and we do real talk, real stories, real solutions for spa and salon owner businesses, because this stuff, gosh, it's hard. And I don't think it's ever been harder than right freaking now during the coronavirus. So let's talk for a second about what we're doing in our businesses. I am sitting in my spa right now. There are no people here. I am one of you. I know exactly what you're feeling. I know the freak out that you're having, seeing your books completely empty and like crying and being like, I'm gonna like lose my shirt and my business. This is what I've done myself, so I know how to tell you how to do this. You can do this. You too might be able to like not freak out or freak out a little bit less. Guys, I'm gonna remind you, if you haven't listened to our show before, if you're just finding me, I did a whole episode about this, that this might be coming down the turnpike, not the coronavirus, but something like this, and that I've been here before. I've been here before twice, and I've survived both times. You can survive too. And literally, this is what I did both other times that got me through these really hard times. So I'm gonna walk you through it and hopefully it'll help, okay? So let's get started. If you need a pen and paper, go grab it, because I'm gonna give you a lot of information. You can watch this video a bunch of times, but please, 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 this is really important. I want you all to survive. I want you to be in business. I want you to be successful. That's why we started Skin Professional, okay? It's never been more powerful to me. Why I have Alex, who knows how to work from home and is so incredibly smart and knows how to do this. And why we have someone like me who's been in business during 2 horrifying recessions and never a pandemic, but like bad crap. So let's do this. We are going to create what's called a financial plan of action, aka like a budget, but like this is a bigger budget. It's not just like, hey, I'm not going to eat my Starbucks anymore. This is like a long-term kind of plan of action to get us through what could be some horrible, horrible times. I foresee us having some really tough times coming. So I know that some people are like, oh, I just need to get through the next like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I see you having to get through like the next year. And so I need you to really sit down and think about what's going on. And like, once you have this plan in place, you can literally like toss it away and be like, good, I'm doing businessing and everything's great, groovy, and Sybil was just freaking out. But if you need to look back at this, it'll be available and you have it. And that is what is really important about it. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and I want you to start looking at all the things that you pay for. I want you to pull up like your student loans, your auto loans, your mortgages, your rent, all of the rents, right? Your home rent, your business rent, everything, okay? Your insurance, all the credit card payments you make. And if you pay them off in full, that's great. I still want you to look at how much you kind of pay. Like I know for me, I have like one bill is always $3,000, one is always $8,000, one is $2,000, right? Because like they're business ones. Kind of look to see how much they are. And if you're making minimums, know what your minimums are, okay? Just kind of look to see what your monthlies are. So like if you have reoccurring monthlies, like I have a website, I have an editor, I have expendables that come out, I have Netflix, look at all of those things that like come out. Look at like 3 months of your credit card statements. What always comes out? Your health insurance, your regular insurance. You need to know all of these things. And you're gonna be like, this is so boring and so annoying, but it's gonna save your butt later when you know where all the money is coming from and where it's all going, and when you can talk to the people who the money is coming from and have conversations with them about payments. It's gonna make all the difference in the world, guys. So do the due diligence now so that you can be like, whew, later. Okay. Then I want you to like kind of take anything that what I call is a finite kind of payment. And those are things that you can't change. You're like, I have to pay car insurance. I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my health insurance. Things that you really can't negotiate, like the payment, like you have to make a payment, right? If you can't not make a payment on it, right? I want you to put that in a column. Okay, put it on a separate piece of paper, whatever you do, put it in a column, all right? And be like, okay, that's what's there. Then I want you to take anything that is what I call a optional payment, right? And so those are things like, believe it or not, at the moment, optional payments are things like Netflix, if you have like an olive oil club, right? Anything that's an optional thing that happens monthly. So go ahead and just stick that in a column, all right? And understand that you might decide at some point that stuff's in the like, it has to be, might move into the optional. It's okay, right? And vice versa. Stuff moves back and forth. It's okay. It's all right. So I will sometimes do this on a whiteboard, or I'll do it in a spreadsheet, because that way I can move them back and forth. And I always put the kind of the price next to it as well, so that way I know how much it costs. Okay. And you know, like, I don't do spreadsheets, but I guarantee you, if I was talking to Alex and she was here, she's like, oh my God, I'd have my Google spreadsheet out and it would be spreadsheets. Oh my God. Right. Or an Airtable or whatever. Okay. The next thing I do is I put in another column, I put down all of the things that I make payments on to someone that I might be able to talk to about the payment. Okay. So that is like my bank, every credit card, like Yelp, like my rent, my rental insurance, like anyone that I might be able to possibly make a phone call to, a real person. Like, you're not going to be able to negotiate with Netflix. They're going to be like, I mean, you can cancel, right? You're not going to negotiate with Starbucks about your coffee subscription card, you know, that your $25 auto renew. They're not going to care. But like other people, they might be able to have conversations with. So we're going to put that in. And we're going to put that in another column, or you're going to put a star next to it, or however you need to, like, you know, make a note of it. Okay. Because what's going to happen next is you're going to kind of like decide, of those things, what you feel comfortable calling companies about. Because believe it or not, right now, you can call companies about these payments. Credit card companies, especially, if you're making a minimum payment, you can call them and be like, hey, can I get a better interest rate on my credit card? Can I get a lower minimum if you're only paying the minimum? There are different things you can do with credit card companies, and these are like, you can go to Credit Karma and find out their credit card companies are not being shy about it. They're like, we are here to help you out. We definitely want you to succeed, and we do not want you to default in your credit. So they're out there. Same with loans, same with your auto loan, potentially. Mortgages, we're hopefully going to be getting help from the government. We'll see. Rent, maybe. Contact the person who has your rent. All those things are potential. I own a rental property. You don't think my people have called me? They absolutely have. You don't think we've tried to negotiate an option? We absolutely have. Okay. Now we're going to talk about what I call your expendable good needs. And these are things like your grocery bills, you know, your toilet paper, all of those things. So I want you to look at those expenses, and you might have been able to find those expenses. Like, you're like, oh, I always use like this much and this much and this much. Good for you. I never know. I'm like, oh, I don't know, I use about this much from Trader Joe's. Who knows? I want you to kind of like think about what you actually need to spend, and maybe set yourself a goal based on how much you think this is going to cost you. And sometimes I do this at the end. This is why we're talking about it now. Sometimes after I've made all the phone calls, and I see what like I can get my payments down to, and I see what I kind of see like what I've got my credit card payments down to. And quite frankly, if you want to, at this point, if you have like a high credit card debt right now and you need to get yourself down to just making your minimums right now, I'm not usually that person. But at this point, if you need to make minimums because you're like, listen, I did not expect when I bought something and I thought I'd be making money, and I didn't expect that like all of a sudden everybody's been canceling off my book and like that. You need to make a minimum for the next like couple months. Understand, hopefully it's a couple months. But do you realize that if it went on for a year, would you be okay? Make a plan for if this went on for a year, would you be okay? All right. So have that in mind. If you need to make your minimums for a finite amount of time, make a plan maybe to get that paid off in a set period of time. All right. This is why we're having this really hard conversation. I know I'm taking a long time to have this conversation with everybody. It's a longer video. So let's make sure that if we are making the minimums, we have a set time to make that minimum for, hopefully. Okay. Then after I know all that, a lot of times that's when I go and I say, okay, so I'm allowed, now I have like for my, you know, my financial plan of action, I now know that I have an excess of $300 to spend on groceries, which does not seem like very much, but that's how much I have to spend. That's how much is left in my budget. I only have $300 and that's all I've got, right? This is all I have. This is how much I have to make. Also, I know that I have to hustle and I need to actually be like selling enough product online. I need to have some kind of side gig. I need to be doing something. And so those are the other things that I'm aware of. Okay, just like any other point in my life, these are things that I'm aware of. Now, I'm making this video today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing a video based on the fact that they're gonna be discussing the $2 trillion incentive package that we're supposed to be getting. So hopefully that will help all of us. But small business owners, we'll see. I hope that everybody found this helpful. If they did, please thumb me up, subscribe, share this with somebody else. I really want everybody to succeed. And all right, that's all. I want everyone to please let me know how you're doing, because I know that for me, this has been a very tough time. And if it's been tough for me, and I've been through this before, I know it's hard for everybody out there. Okay, be safe, everyone, and know that we are all in this together. So bye, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.